You're listening to AI PRISM from Seoul Economic Daily.
Should you buy, hold, or adjust your Korea property position given this regulatory shift? It's Sunday, June 22. Let's look at what's happening in Korea's property market. So we're looking at the impending July tax revision package today. And I really have to ask, is this shift from indirect ratio tweaks to direct statutory rate hikes like switching from a speed bump to a concrete wall for investors?
The capital gains tax restructuring completely ties the 50% deduction to actual residency upon implementation.
9.4 billion won, or approximately 6.6 million USD, defines the current tax base ceiling for the comprehensive real estate tax.
Policy Chief Kim Young-beam actually subdivided the brackets at 2 billion won, 3 billion won, and 4 billion won, roughly 1.4 million, 2.1 million, and 2.8 million USD.
101.3% reflects the soaring Seoul apartment auction sale price ratio during the first half of 2026.
73.6% stands as the contrasting villa sale price ratio for that exact same period.
13,445 cases represent the massive 173.4% surge in forced auctions by 2025.
Right, and stepping out of those strict metrics for a second, let's unpack what this actually means.
Yeah, the numbers are just intense.
They really are.
Those auction numbers, with apartments selling above their appraised value while villas are liquidated at a steep discount, that shows massive polarization.
Oh, absolutely.
So how does this impending tax burden on high-value properties connect directly to the distress we are seeing?
Well, it all basically comes down to liquidity and, survival.
Yeah.
When you dramatically increase holding taxes on expensive real estate with these direct rate hikes, owners have to find cash fast.
Right. They need liquid capital.
Exactly. Some hold tight to their premium apartments, but others are forced to liquidate their secondary lower-tier holdings, like villas.
Which floods the market with distressed properties, right?
Spot on. That completely explains why forced auctions for those villas are surging so heavily.
Driven by the fallout from fraud in Korea's unique lump sum G's rental deposit system, I imagine.
Yeah, the massive deposits just get tied up, landlords default, and then the properties, well, they go right to auction. But here is where the supply dynamics get really counterintuitive for a lot of people tracking the market.
I'm actually a bit confused here myself.
Go ahead.
Basic economics says if you dump a massive surge of new housing into premium areas, prices should soften.
You would think so, yeah.
Why isn't this upcoming wave of new supply relieving the rental gridlock?
Because of, incredibly strict financing constraints.
The credit market.
Right. You can build thousands of new units, but if the credit market is choked, everyday renters just cannot bridge that financial gap.
The direct statutory rate hike and new residency rules severely disadvantaged non-resident single homeowners.
Furthermore, the August Seocho supply surge of 5,000 units fails to lower 84 square meter Jeonse prices, which remain firmly anchored around 2 billion won, or approximately 1.4 million USD, because strict mortgage limits between 200 million and 600 million won, roughly 140,000 to 420,000 USD, restrict this market entirely to cash-rich tenants.
Ultimately, as you evaluate whether to buy, hold, or adjust your property position, you must recognize that these rigid financial constraints heavily impact your decision.
Which leaves us with a critical question for you to watch moving forward.
What's that?
How will the massive 42.4% share of forced auctions in 2026 impact the outer Seoul villa market next year, especially as macroeconomic indicators like the KSO-SPI fluctuate alongside this wave of distressed non-apartment supply?
That's today's AI PRISM Real Estate. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI PRISM is a Won Ifra award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI PRISM from Seoul Economic Daily.